With it right here with who I started with, be something like a Spartan. It's going hard regardless. I'm from the 826 plus 5. Mo bitches, Uno, Central Coast, mob and suicide. Ellie's arsonist. I step in the booth and cast. I gotta keep it lit. Engineer all my music. I work hard at this.
Live on ChicanoTube. We are live, the People's Channel, the Raza's Channel. I appreciate all the day oneers, everyone that's already coming in the comment section, whether you're listening live or you're listening on the replay. You could do the same exact thing, man. You could hit that like button, whatever timestamp, whenever you jump on this live, hit that pinchy like button, man. No cuesta nada, cabrones. I'm not trying to shake you down. Like that pastor, lock the doors. 40,000. That pinchy pastor wanted 40 racks. And he said, lock those doors. Lock those doors back there. I ain't trying to lock the doors on you guys. Salerbo 831. That's right, mi hermano. That's right, Carlitos. What's up, my boy? Man, it's a beautiful day. Here we are in April. We're going to talk about something. I think I got a little bit more footing, a little bit more grounding to be able to talk about, which is someone that I don't know personally, but I know people that know his family, because his family, they grew up here. They still have a house here, and they're a very well-known familia here in Salinas. And so we're going to talk about Cain Velasquez. But at first, I just want to say I appreciate you guys, man. We're knocking on the door. 14,000 soldados. 14K is knocking on the door, man. I appreciate you guys. That's just, it's hard work and dedication, cabrones. I'm going to keep it to you guys coming, because I know you guys enjoy it as much as I enjoy it. Shit, man. This thing is I thought we wouldn't even get to a couple hundred. Here we are knocking on the door at 14,000. You know, I picked this up as a hobby, but here we go. So let's go ahead and kick it, man. If you didn't know, if you've been under a rock for the last couple months, Cain Velasquez is in custody. He's in custody because there was a POS who allegedly still, because I don't even know what's going on with that dude, man. It seems like they'll sweep anything they want to under the rug, or who they want to look out for. Like, another thing I want to mention is this is crazy, that the dude that blew off a piece of the ear for 47, right? We're talking about the current president of the United States. Hate him or love him, I'm speaking the facts. So, me vale, right? He's the 47th president. The dude that blew off a piece of his ear, no one has released any information on that dude since that happened, like, pinchy 8 or 9 months ago. I take that to be very suspicious, because, come on, gente. I'm not going to get into it. But anyways, that cabron, who knows what they're doing with that POS, and we don't care. We wish, yeah, we do wish ill will on that pendejo, right? But it's funny, like, that. I don't know what's going on with them. But anyways, we know what's going on with Cain. So shout out to Cain Velasquez, man. He is a mogul. He is a staple. He is a superstar. Even though he's no longer active as far as fighting, but he's already earned his money, knocked out many dudes that you and I would never even want to get inside the octagon with, or meet inside a pinchy dark alley, right? Cain Velasquez did that. He is the man. And of course, he's from hometown, cabrones. He's from hometown. All of us on YouTube in our respective regions doing what we do. And I do believe, well, who should know more than what's going on from someone that's from your soil than the local community? Us here, local community. We know Cain was born here. We know his parents still. I know. I'm not gonna say we as us, a conglomerate, but I know his parents still have a house. I'm not gonna say where it's at, but I do know where it's at. And he's had deep roots here. Now, Cain didn't grow up, gente, wanting to be problematic. He didn't grow up a troubled individual that having to go and seek the streets. They automatically put a jacket on Cain as far as the streets go. Well, he must be this because he's born there. Well, yeah, 9 out of 10 cabrones that grew up Chicanos and gravitated toward the calles again. Not everyone did. Not everyone. Cain is one of the not everyone. He's one of the 1 out of 10 that said, you know what? I don't want that, man. I gotta go to school. I gotta finish school. I gotta do the positive, man. These pendejos right here keep catching cases. I don't want to be like them. Or maybe he's had someone in his family. We all have a black sheep inside our families that we send a letter to every year. We go visit. We send a package. Or if you don't, you know of someone. And again, this is a California thing. This is just a California thing, right? But he didn't grow up like that, man. From my understanding on who I knew, who are his classmates. His classmates. He was always the athletic guy, down to earth. He also loved house music. He loved to go to the house parties. He loved to go to raves. The 90s was a vibe, man. I wish the 90s would have lasted forever, cabrones. You know, they never would have got to the disrespect where it's at, the innocent people getting hurt where it's at, the crossing lines, no limits and boundaries, to the absolute que pendejos, people acting like they have half a brain cell, you know, would never even, don't have a strategy in their bones, wouldn't even know how to come up with anything right, intelligent. But anyways, he loved that. He loved the music. He loved going out. He did his thing, but he ended up getting it admitted over into Division. I believe it was Division 1, but he could have been Division 2. My head coach at Rock Boxing Gym knows Cain Velasquez. Shout out to Danny Corona. He was a Division 1 national wrestler in California. And so he knows, absolutely knows Cain Velasquez. So anyways, he ended up getting accepted. I think he ended up going to the Sun Devils, right? He became a Sun Devil. He was a wrestler over there, man. Shout out to Irony Fisticuffs Droops. That's right, my boy, Jose Canchola. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you guys, man. I'll turn on the AC. It's getting loud. Even though I don't need the AC. It's a beautiful day, man. It's about 63 here, though. So Cain ended up getting accepted. I'm just giving you guys a backstory now before we go ahead and head it home. Of course, you know my whole video wasn't going to be about the pinta and him catching a case and Wasco. Everyone has a lane, man. This is the Chicano channel. This is the Chicano channel. So shout out to all that. Here, we distinguish the difference very clearly between a Chicano and a Cholo. You want that Cholo shit? Yeah, that Cholo shit is entertainment. No disrespect. It's very, very entertaining, right? But there's other channels that'll go ahead and deep dive into that. If you want anything that has, you know, a little bit more heavier, you know, on that palette, join. I recommend you join the members only. Is like something 99. It's very, very affordable. And there you're going to get the whole just detail. There's the whole detail. There's the eating bullets for breakfast and knocking motherfuckers, all this shit and removals. And you want to know about A1 115s and hold all that bullshit. You can go to the members only and catch that shit. Here, we'll go ahead and end it up and letting you know that he is in Soledad, which is our facility here. So we'll talk about that a little bit in the back end. But I want to give you who Cain is, cabrones. This dude shouldn't even be, in my opinion, behind bars. Gente. I made it short. The thing got like 10,000 shares, 100,000 views. It's crazy. The internet just blows up, man, on whatever it wants to push in the algorithm, right? Sometimes I land right in the algorithm. Like that one short that I did, gente. I said, I'm going to draw this line for the whole YouTube, for the whole pinchy internet. And I'm glad that the internet got that one and pushed it, raza. They pushed that pinchy short. Shout out to JC. I see you, my boy. They pushed that short out, and I'm glad they did, man, because that's the one that says, hey, Chicano and the Cholo culture are two different things, man. The Chicano culture, our parents almost died coming over here, that me and you can reach better opportunities, period. You know what I mean? But now they give a shit who's in office and the president. This president was doing the same shit the last president was doing, same thing. They were still deporting people and all that shit. But no one wanted to talk about the last president, but they want to talk about this president. You do you, right? Have a good one at it too. See how it goes, man. Check back in with me in 4 years. Anyways, Cain was a staple in the community, Raza. A staple. Now, he has since relocated, right? Because I said he went to college. He went to college in Arizona. And after he went to college in Arizona, it didn't take long. It didn't take long. Next thing you know, he started his mixed martial arts career. And those cabrones that had the wrestling as a foundation to go into mixed martial arts, these guys, o sea, wrestling is one of the easiest ways to dominate somebody. If you just know basic wrestling 101, you don't even need to go to 201. Gente, basic wrestling 101 will teach you how to dominate, control someone, do whatever, right? We learned some kind of wrestling. You know what we learned wrestling? I'm gonna tell you like this. This should be a members only story, but it's not all crazy. But we had an ex wrestler like my coach, like Danny Corona, the head coach, senior coach at Rock Boxing, right? We had another badass. He was like a Division 3 wrestler, right? Won titles and national titles and all that. He was one of the guardias when I was in a boot camp, right? He was one of the guards, right? He would teach us how to wrestle. And when the bad thing about that is, well, now you're using the wrestling on the ops. You know what I mean? Now you're getting the wrestling skills from a badass dude, but we're using on the ops. I'm just keeping it real, man. I'm keeping it a buck with you guys, like I always do. We're using wrestling skills on the ops. But he would teach us like these badass little dips, these little takedowns, these little trips, man. I still remember them too. I just haven't practiced them in forever because I ain't need to. Ever since I learned boxing, it just light him up like a Christmas tree, and he's just gonna throw haymakers and fall on his face. That's what's gonna happen when you fight with a boxer, right? So he was a wrestler and he joined the UFC and he just started taking off, man. Undefeated. The first, what, I don't know, almost 20 fights, over 20 fights before he even had a loss. He took out Bigfoot Silva. He took out Dos Santos. He took out Lesnar, I think, at UFC 100, right? Lesnar, when they rang the bell, all he did was just trying to barrel into him, man. Brock Lesnar was just trying to barrel into him. That's all he did, man. Hold on, I had to. Hold us dry. Let me get something to drink. Of course, water. The best thing I always do, start off the morning, you got to drink about at least 3 to 4 glasses of water every single morning. Boom, that's what I do. And then if I'm going to work and I'm not going to work out that day, boom, ahí le echamos the 50 grams of protein. If not, I'm going to work out later. We always want to eat the protein after the workout. And we're going to do some workout videos pretty soon, but let me see what's up, man. Little AZ just checked in the casa. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you, man. And he got that paño right there on the avatar. Look at the paño right there. That's a badass one. Is that on the arm or what, cabron? I had primary 2 dudes that drew everything that I have. Is one was rest in peace, David Corpus. He was from Soledad right here. What we're talking about with Cain right now. We'll wrap it up. We'll get to Cain being in Soledad. And as far as what I know, because I gente know executive administrators in Soledad. I know executives as on top of guards. It's good to know also the guardias. They work there también. Hey, shout out to them, man. Rest in peace, my buddy Carlos. He did 20 over there on that line, which means on the other line, the police line, cabrones. He was an officer over there, correctional. And we just laid him to rest. My brother Carlos, man, Carlitos, rest in peace to you, my boy. A couple months ago, we just laid him to rest, man. January or December, I can't remember. Anyways, so shout out to little AZ. Oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah, him, David Corpus, and Chacho. And he was from Pittsburgh. That's right. He was from Pittsburgh. 2 of the baddest artists that ever drew a paño, cabron. And then I couldn't wait, but I would wait to hit the guys to get it blasted away. I'm not looking forward to the last cover up way. I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. Kind of just want to get it over with, man. Everlasting Base says listening while driving. That's right, my boy. Eyes on the road. Let's go ahead and get back into it, man. Live on Chicano Street, real quick, because I'm gonna forget this. We'll get to Cain, and we've been talking about Cain now for 10 minutes. My DNA results, gente. People have been asking me, "Oh, you're Mikey, you're certified raza. How do you feel? Doesn't it feel good?" Gente, I keep saying this. I'm not sure if people got it twisted, but when I'm talking about DNA, ancestry, who you are is who you are, is who always God predestined you to be. So am I proud? Yes. But again, if I was Scottish, Irish, European, like if I was Gavacho, my DNA would say, it would have said it would have said England for sure, or would have said European, not Spain, Portugal. We know those are in Europe, but we're talking about like specifically, this is what science teacher said. If I was a güero, I would have had English, England, and I would have had European. But it wouldn't have been my choice. Neither was it my choice to be a Chicano. Neither was it my choice to be born, in La Raza de Oro, Mexican Americans. Neither was it my choice that all my heritage traces back to indigenous roots. And basically, science teacher said, Mikey, give me the data and I'm going to tell you who you are. Okay. And that's what he did. So when he came out with like 10 percentages, he got that in the best presentation ever, 18 slides. And he put that in order, make it real easy, man. So your boy got a couple drops of Spanish inside of him. Obviously, it's very evident. You can see it. But I am indigenous. No wonder I'm froggy and shit. No wonder I get off where I'm mad at. Not nothing. No wonder, that's that pinche the native blood comes out of me sometimes, cabrones. You ain't really seen it here. You might have seen it a couple times, especially when we talk about the children, man. Ooh, man, I got a button when people when people harm children. Whoo, you ain't never seen a button on anybody like me. And I still got that button. I got that right there, templanza, temperance. Temperance got to take care of that. All right, let's go back to Cain, gente. People are tuning in right now. I thought it said Cain on the caption. You ain't even talking about Cain. Well, hold on. Let me get my jacket, man. I'm visiting moms right here. Talking to you about Cain. And all these videos that came out about Cain. That's cool. Everyone's dropping videos. That's cool. But with the hood stuff and all that, I'm over that. I've been over that for a long time, man. Are you kidding me? And the worst part is we get that hood stuff, and we still got it in us, right? The hood stuff, the ones that do. The worst thing is that we use that as an excuse that we can't get nowhere. Well, you got all the opportunities, Mikey. Man, I started from the bottom in the gutter, back up against the wall, on parole. Telling me I got it handed to me. Cálmanse. Hold on, we'll finish up with Cain right now. Hold on. I just had to grab a jacket now. All right, let's get back to it. Cain started his MMA career and rose all the way to the top, man. Pinnacle, probably is most remembered for the JDS trilogy fights. Because remember, JDS is just he was sending people to the dentist. Junior Dos Santos was sending people to the dentist. No doubt. One hitter quitters. And Cain said, let's run this fade. And then they did the second one. And then they did the third one. That's probably the most high pinnacle fight he had. Well, I mean, of course, he fought Brock Lesnar. But people were just going in with Brock Lesnar because they just wanted to see a big old form-fed hillbilly fight. You know what I mean? Serio, it's like something in our heads tell us, right? Or I don't know if it's the visuals being propagated to us or not, but something in our head tells us the bigger the dude, like if the dude's the size of Goliath, right? If the dude's the size of a Goliath, the bigger the dude, somehow we relate that to, oh, it's going to be a good one. Oh, it's going to be a good fight. And then we find out the dude can't even fight. he just wrestles, and he does like a John Fitch, which used to be this dude who he was in Cain's training camp. He was in Cain's gym. He's another MMA fighter named John Fitch. The only thing about him that was so boring was he would just hold you down. That was his whole thing, was to hold you down the whole fight. Now I'm digressing all kinds, man. Man, my bad about that. Daniel Gonzalez is checked in. LA County is in the casa. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you for checking in. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get through it because I want to get to the overall CTF Soledad. What I know, who I talked to, he got already installed in his main line, and he's gonna ride it out until very early next year. By this time next year, if nothing happens, by this time next year, Cain Velasquez will be home. Okay, and that's if I say if nothing happens, because I know people. I got buddies, old buddies. I don't even know where they're at. I mean, they're gone. I haven't seen for 20 something years. I haven't seen a lot of people, right? Old buddies whose brothers went away. They got 2 to 4 knocking off a liquor store, and they ain't never been home. So sometimes I tell the youngsters, you think it's a two-way ticket. Sometimes it's a one-way ticket. But let me lace you up on that, you know. But anyways, he did what he did, earned un chingo de dinero. He didn't start planting gyms or nothing. He stayed loyal to AKA. So shout out to AKA Gym over there in San Jose, AKA. And then they also got another. I don't know if it's AKA Martial Arts, but I think it's also they're a part of the Throne MMA. I think so. Someone told me that one time. Dethrone, AKA, but anyways, that's their business dealings. Okay. So, anyways, long story short, Cain catches this case. Okay. Someone hurts your child, instinct takes over. It could have been a lot worser. There could have been stray bullets that are absolutely could have ended people's lives, but none of that happened. Now Cain gets arrested, and now he's facing these charges. And again, a lot of the internet people take to the internet, right? Start voicing their opinions, and I'm like, hey, if Cain did that in Texas, that was another short that went viral. If Cain did that in Texas, he wouldn't have even seen a minute in a holding tank. So people started taking it, right? Because everyone likes to voice their opinion. Cool, let them do what they do, right? The people that I have a little bit of umbrage on is like they stayed quiet the last 4 years, but now they're really vocal right now. Oh, you just want to start talking now? Now you care about la raza? Wait. Now you care about foreign policy? Wait. Now you care about tariffs? No. Wait. Because the last 4 years you were just drinking, getting drunk every weekend, uploading nothing but drunk photos. But now you care about tariffs, huh? I'll hold. Anyways, so he does what he does. Everyone goes on the internet, and guess what? He catches a case. Long story short, they give him credit for un chingo de days. I mean, I think it must have given him like 2 years of credit. I don't know the exact numbers, but they must have given him like serio, like 2 years of credit. Level parole West Watson. Level parole West Watson. I'm gonna answer that question right now, couple. Well, let me just answer it right now. Why not? Because or else I'm gonna digress. Like, I'm like the pinchy digress king, huh? Levels was, hey bro, what do you think? Cain ran Norteños or Paisa? Check this out. What I'm hearing right now is it ain't like it used to be. Like I just said, I have partners that got 4 years for knocking off a church's chicken, and he ain't never been home. It ain't like it used to be. And so Soledad now, to my understanding, for the most part, is what they call, it's a weird name, man. It's like, I started hearing these weird names when I was coming home. Serio. I never heard the SNY and all kinds of other names, but now they got another one called non-designated, bro. I'm like, you don't even know where you're gonna land on, huh? Fucking Chirujo yard, a non-designated. So from my understanding is after Soledad got turned into a 2 facility, because it wasn't. Oh, it was one of those facilities that you might not come home from. It was one of those, cabrones. All you got to do is Google old photos, 1970s, 1980s. I guess you could go 90s, and put CTF in there and just put something like weapons or something like that. You're gonna see some swords, bro. That the way they do things now. Those kind of things, they wouldn't be able to grab a big old fucking spatula from the kitchen that's like 4 feet that they used to stir the soups in, and they turned that into a pedazo. So it's a level 2, and so if he's there right now, bro, he's in one of those places they're just leaving you alone, bro. I think the internet twists it up. Until you've been there, you don't know. So I haven't been there in a long time, right? I was up the hill. So to me, I consider Cain, this is Cain coming back home. Everyone wants to be in the facility that's in their county. Everyone does. Because then you stick your chest out a little bit more. You're like, oh, I'm hometown, I'm home team. We used to say MC and all these other kind of little terms and stuff like that because we were here, right? And then, of course, those guardias, they look at you a little bit like, you know, I might see this motherfucker when I get out, when he gets out, if they live there. And most of them do because, like Soledad, also, it's a correctional city where, these correctional officers, they move around, bro. They go here and there. But anyways, I don't think Cain, no one is approaching Cain to do a thing, bro. A thing, bro. How he got classified? How do I think Cain got classified? Well, like everyone else, right? Like everyone else when he hits there. And I think they have to make the decision very early on, like right when he walks in through the door. How are we dealing with this superstar MMA fighter? How? That's not a decision. If the internet will flip flop on this until he gets out. I heard this. Now watch how these fucking pages are gonna start putting shit out, right? He catches 12 bodies in a day room. Watch. They're gonna do some bullshit like that. And everyone's gonna click on it, right? Because some people, whatever. It makes sense to them or something, right? But no one approached Cain to do a single thing. I can guarantee you that right now. No one is gonna approach Cain. Now, of course, you start hearing these stories. Oh, you know, could he run into any of these characters? Well, no. Again, the way they put him, if he's in Soledad, that's already a lower level. That says a lot right there. If you're in Soledad, hey, you're already like fucking Caltrans. You could already pick up garbage on the side of the road, I guess. You know. So, but let me just because you commented Pinchy level parole West Watson. If it had to go down, that means this was back in the 90s, the 80s, even the 70s. Even the 70s, they said was a bloody, bloody, bloody decade. I mean, bloody decade, right? If it was those days, and of course there wasn't 33 facilities, he came in the 70s. Ah, man, it would have been different. Yeah, because what I was told is about 1980, about when I was born, is when they started drawing the lines in the geographics, bro. People started saying, however you want to interpret it however you want to interpret it. 1980, 1981 is historically where they started, let's say, recruiting and recognizing two sides. So before then or after that would be it, right? But if it had to come down to it, Cain is going to be from up north. But that doesn't mean anything, bro. Come on. There's hitters on both sides. Just like there's snitches on both sides. Just like there's weirdos on both sides. I mean, come on, But anyways, I just wanted to answer that way. Anyone that answers a question, I'm just going to highlight it and answer it. Said the other way, news to me. Damn, times have changed. That's right, little parole, cabron. You think Raymond still runs with any if he Oh man, here we can go down this rabbit. What do you think, Mario Lopez? Mario Lopez. I mean, you could just go down this rabbit hole. I guess it's entertaining as hell, right? We talk about it like that. So let's get back to it though, gente. He's in a two. He's a two already. He's a two already. Okay. To me, it is love to get back to the county. I mean, you just you're breathing the same air. You breathe all your life. Who doesn't want to be home, right? Ask anyone, right? Don't just ask me. Ask anyone. Who doesn't want to be home, right? Inside your county. But Rey Mysterio, you can go down the line. Wait, what is that's what I'm talking about. A lot of the Raza pages, and I'm not saying they're not entertaining, nor am I shitting on them. Nothing like that. It's it's laughs, man. It's funny. But I saw the homie hangout. I don't know this, but I think he commented and he said the food community is lying. And when I saw that, I immediately, what crossed my mind was like, you know what? Bro, we can't control the internet, bro. But yeah, call them out. Call them out. See if they got the balls to respond. Because usually they won't. They'll comment back something when they were trying to when they did something about the tattoo artist saying something. I spoke up about that. I'm like, hell no, he didn't say that. Sometimes clickbait is like, you want to get the raza on you with pitchforks? I'm telling you. You would have said that like in un rancheria in Mexico. Shit. You know what I mean? They would have strung you up. Straight up. He said this is a PDF file. What? Damn, that was crazy. So I let that go with the what's it called? The food community. I let that go. It's just a dude. He's trying to do interviews. Uh he's probably doing it just like I am. I mean, just for shits and giggles, because I don't know if he's making money, but that's his business. What up, homies? In Baker's working posted. That's right, my boy. Putting in those man hours, cabron. You know what it is. It's April, man. The sun is out. I'm still challenging everyone. I keep saying this on every video. I'm challenging everyone. 2025, pull out that fucking YA body. Get back into the best version of you. Do it now. Don't wait to start. Do it now. Put down the alcohol. You know what I mean? You could put it down except for birthday parties. Don't be that weekend drinker. Get back to your best version, cabrones. I'm challenging everybody on that tip. Antonio. Cain Velasquez isn't from Northern Cali though. He's from Coachella Valley down south. You know what? You can say what you want, of course, cabron. You know what I mean? However you want to say it, right? But I mean, there are facts. One is the birth town on your birth certificate. Come on, that's kind of undeniable, right? That's one fact you got to consider. But I mean, some people were born somewhere and then move very early on, and other people put more weight on that. Oh yeah, but he was raised though. It's not where you're born, it's where you're raised. I've heard that before, right? Um, that is what it is, man. Again, anyone got a problem with Cain, I guarantee you they're not gonna tell him to his face. Unless you want your teeth on the ground and you go into emergency gum surgery. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. But yeah, he's here. He's on a two. B Townero, 14. I seen that too on Cholo Juan's page. Yeah, shout out to Cholo Juan, man. I want to congratulate him if he got his class A. I don't know if he did, but I'm saying I saw him training for his class A. That's that grown man shit, man. So shout out to Cholo Juan, man. Another thing I respect about him is he doesn't GAF. He doesn't give a flip. Why? Because he put on a Trump hat. Oh man, he put on a Trump hat, did a video. He didn't care what anyone said, man. That's crazy, man. Well, it's not crazy. It's just his choice. At the end of the day, look, this is what happened. Me, American Cholo, Hood Stocks, Tony A, Cholo Juan. That's at least 6 right there. We weren't trying to shove it down. The way we told you how you should vote in November, we approached the raza respectfully, man. and say, check this out, man. It's either a copy and paste, or we already got tape on this cabron that he can move some numbers. That they're blowing everything up and that they're going to tell you for 4 years shit's burning to the ground. Well, you should know that play already. Don't be like the brainwashed zombie shit. They're just watching the TV and the TV tells them what to think. Come on, gente. But anyways, let me read one more time. I seen that on Cholo Juan's page. Yeah, so shout out to Cholo Juan, man. They jumped on him as soon as he put on that red hat, gente. And I'm not saying this or that, red or blue. Is who's gonna help the raza, man, the brown people. That's what we push here. Who's gonna help the brown people, man? Someone that talks a good one. Again, I made this analogy. You got two bosses. One's a fucking dick, a prick, or an asshole every time you see him, but you don't see him that much. But he's stuffing your wallet with cash. He's making you a killing. You're getting checks. You're moving up. You're getting promoted. You're making bank, feria, opening up IRAs, Roths, investing, real estate, flipping, wholesaling. And the other boss, well, you see him all the time. He shakes your hand. He says everything you want to say. He's kind of like down the middle. Doesn't want to offend anybody. You know, he's down the middle on everything. Blandito, like a softest Charmin. Softest Charmin toilet paper, right? But it's bad. Your pockets are broke. You got lynched. You got to get a second job at night. You see your family less. That's what we had to deal with. But anyways, let's move on. Let's move on. How'd I get into that? Arizona or Texas. They moved to North Carolina later. Well, let me just set the facts straight. Beat Townero. 14. He's right here where I'm from, bro. Where my feet are right now, cabron, on the ground. This soil where my toes are touching. Right now, cabron. That's where Cain's from. So what you're seeing is online stuff. You're seeing online either his Arizona college profile, um, another website that just has information. Wiki got it right. Matter of fact, do I got a? Let me see. Hold on. I might even have a screenshot of it. Damn, I don't know if I got a screenshot of it. Hold on, let me see. Is that it? I can't see. Oh no, that's not it. My bad. Anyways, yeah, he's from right here, bro. So again, when it comes to you going inside these places, what's up, Mikey? With the White House trip, you still going? I'm gonna get to that. Yeah, let me answer that shit. I'm excited about that, cabrón. Hold on. The way if it was back in the day, yeah, he'd go in there. Yeah, I mean, and say it's post 1980. Yeah, you know, I could even ask Raskeezy. I could ask Raskeezy. He's the one that I want to ask him. He maybe knows that to be true that the line, and then at the same time that the line was drawn was when the numbers came in. Now there's two numbers. Now there's two numbers, and now there's two lines. I want to say it was around the time I was born. But then, of course, then he would have to, because all the dudes from Salinas are gonna fly one flag. The other stuff, what happened later in the 90s, yeah, it was true what happened, you know. But the thing about us here was we were able to kind of unite like real quick. Like it wasn't a well, I'll talk about it or at the park or no. It was just it's ordered, it was said to do. Now you gotta do boom. And you gotta just these the whole time you've been sleeping on the ops, and that's what happened. That's pretty much the history. And then you started seeing, and what should have been 10 out of 10 now turns into 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, right? But of course, he would be from up north. He would absolutely he would be from up north. And then I'm gonna go back to West Watts. He's talking about the White House. I'm gonna trip you out on that right there. I'm excited about that. My own property. How difficult is to get a HELOC loan? It just depends how long you've had it. We also got to know if you have any other assets, and then we need your debt to income ratio. So when you see how much debt, it's not good all the time to have $500,000 cars, bro. It sucks when the kids grow up and turn 18, bro. Now you're giving them cars and shit. Before you'd give them, you know, money for some clothes, and now they want iPhones and cars. Wait, at 18, they all need a car now. So, you know, that's a trip. Hold on. Check this out. Level Pro West Watson is in the casa. I appreciate you, cabron. So I presented this initiative, which was hold on, I got it right here. I presented this initiative, right? Here it is. I presented this initiative right here to get in front of the farm workers, right? Matter of fact, I just talked to Dennis Donahue, the Salinas mayor, yesterday. He was talking about great job, all of that. These cabrones right here, you gotta get around the biggest players in the town. Some of the biggest players in the town to be able to pull this off. And I just been blessed, bro, to have relationships with like Don Chapin. Man, shout out to him. With Drew, my buddy Drew Massa, and his buddies over there, the workers that listen to ChicanoTube. They tell me, hey, he told me I went to when Karina Powers got installed, Central Committee District 5. I went to that meeting. I met Drew. I hadn't met him, but someone came on the podcast and was showing one of his posters to one of his events. But then I met him over there. They want the same thing that the raza wants. They want stability. They want security. They don't want the raza to get all nervous. Oh, I can't go to work. Everyone's getting locked up. No, that's not the case here. And probably either us or the Central Valley have the largest amount of farm workers. All the hotels, bro, just got muddy boots outside the doors, bro. All of them. So, I was able to pull this off, man. That's great. That's great. And so, what I want to do is get some Ray-Ban Meta glasses. That's what I want to do. That way, when I could do some recording, boom, I just click on the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. I've been talking about them, but I ain't pulled the trigger on them, man. But anyways, now, and then I put my name in the White House, the press thing, right? Which I didn't get a response back, but they say they got like 500,000 fucking, no, they got like 50,000, I think, submissions. So Karina Powers tells me, Mikey, I'm gonna make you my telecommunications director. Telecommunications director. I'm gonna make you my alternate to sit in my chair if ever I'm away on travel or business. Do you want that? Do you want to get involved? And guess what? We're going to the Latino Summit. And I said, oh, hell no. I said, if you say we're getting into the Latino Summit, I'm in. And that was official, bro. I can't remember what month, but they installed Karina. She went up even higher. She's like higher than county. Now she's like regional. So there's some, this YouTube is turning into civic work. So if you ever don't see me live, de vez en cuando, cabrón, it's because I'm doing shit in real life, right? And that would be some good stuff, man. So yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go live from outside the White House. And I got the raza. I'm gonna have the raza on my back, bro. I'm gonna have Chicanos on my back. No matter whether you agree on the politics or not, I've been telling you guys, man, you gotta stop seeing people for their politics, man. Crazy, man. Unless you're in the pinta, right? I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, you gotta stop seeing them because who they fucking pencil down in a circle ain't got nothing to do with the person that they are, man. Or all of a sudden you're willing to grow up with the homie and spend the night at each other's houses and did everything, together. And all of a sudden you find out he pencils in a different bubble and you're ready to throw that motherfucker down the tube. He was never your homie then. I'll tell you that. Cain ran Faisa. Oh, man. Those are the comments that keep me coming back, cabrón. Cain ran Paisa, bro. Bro, he's smashing Paisas, bro. What are you talking? Oh man, he ran Paisa. No, some people get mad when I say that, but you want me to be me, or you want me to be a photocopy? And you guys want me to like wax it, man? Yeah, I remember he even said it, and it was kind of cold when he said it, but wasn't it true though? He said, "So you guys ain't never said F M A Y A T E S, and we ain't never said F Mexicans, you know that's a lie. I mean, yeah, but you're not talking about doing it out in the open, con todos a la chingada, or even back in those days, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what was around. I'm always going to be authentic. Yeah, the White House trip. Okay, that's right. To Cholo Juan's page. The version. Absolutely. This is a comment right here worth pinning. Winning right here, man. I'm pushing everyone, cabrón. Wait till I start doing workout videos. I'm just contacting my boy. He's gonna go ahead and move the bracket that I have from the gym. I mean, that I have set up inside in the garage. He's gonna move the bracket to do something outside, or I'm gonna set up like this little gym. And then I'm gonna start hitting some videos, and I hope that if it does, I'm again, I don't do this shit for views, but I hope it motivates somebody to get that best version of them. You know what I mean? The sobering up, bro, it's crazy, but a lot of us just we went on benders and did all that shit, bro, just to fucking escape reality, you know? And that's crazy. And then the addiction is like, man, it controls you. And I mean, how many dudes I seen on Swole have the keys be the OA to the tank? Swole keys to the tank. And then when they come out here, they come in now and they're fit and everything. And about a matter of weeks, they're shot out, bro, with green sweats and a purple sweater, man. That's a vicious cycle, man. That's crazy. To be on super swole and then go back to getting sucked up, man. Kicking dope, and that's crazy, man. Estilo Delfino, that's right, my boy. I appreciate you. So let me wrap this up, man. Let me wrap this up. Also, let's bring this home now. Okay. Cain he's in a level 2. It's sweet. It's gonna be nothing but smooth sailing. It ain't the 90s, the 80s, or the 70s, but these pages are gonna put that it is, right? He caught 10 bodies last night at Night Yard. And they're gonna do what they're gonna do. And I appreciate even the homie hangout when he wants to bring some corrections to it. Yeah, I disagree with a lot of these pages that are saying, oh, he's doing this, he's doing bro, he's not doing nothing. He's back home, he's living his life. Cain Velasquez is getting visits now. He's hitting visits, and maybe that's an open facility. Maybe they're even getting family visits, man. So Cain is good, gente. Cain is good. I think it's a flash in the pan. People are gonna now let him settle down and do his time, right? And he couldn't get better. I guess he's on the whole facility. I don't know if there is anything GP anymore, but maybe Raskizi knows, but I don't know. The whole facility, I think, is I don't even know what they call it, man. 50-50, non-designated. I don't even know. The people that just paroled from there, they know because they were there, right? And I'm glad he's not up the hill. Because if he was up the hill, well, I don't know. Things have changed anyways. Who even knows what's going on over there? All right, you guys. Last comments in, and I'm wrapping this one up. Bring back Gold Dust, the ghost. That right, cabron. Shit. The WWF days, you ain't lying, cabron. We got to bring that back, man. We need some wholesome entertainment, some real thing like that. Show on stage. Droops, that's right, my boy. Oh, you know what? Let me get this up. Man, I left that one on, huh? That was the Farm Workers Initiative, gente. Again, if you don't see me on YouTube, we're doing something like that. We're doing something like that. But I was able to stream live a couple fights for you. That was cool. So shout out to Mayor Dennis Donahue. Gente, I'm out. Wrap this one up. Cain is home. As close to home as he's gonna be. Cain is home. I'm out, you guys. I'll tap back in with you on the town hall, which is this Wednesday night. Don't forget, the town hall is popping. It is I'm gonna put a community post. It's town hall week. I'm still waiting for the graphics. Once the graphics, I'll blast that out there. And it's town hall. We're gonna be talking about that soccer coach that ICE put a hold on. They put a hold, an ICE detainer on the soccer coach. Okay, another thing we're going to talk about, Mahmoud, the dude Mahmoud Halil, and how they're snatching up, or however you want to say it, right? People like at the colleges that are saying things, narco corridos ending possibly. That's a trip. That's a trip, but it's already happening. And it was actually the president of Mexico that started that. She don't want no more corridos linked up to the the culture. And corridos are for the most part, yeah, they're songs of cartel dudes. Not all of them. No, not all. Absolutely not. But most of them are cartel songs. Most of them are dudes that went out in a blaze of glory. So epic, fucking hail of bullets. So epic that they got to sing a song about them. Like they made a corrido about Doña Carlota. Don't forget about her, because I don't know if Doña Carlota's gonna go home or she's gonna have to sit down for a little bit, man. That's crazy. Who's Doña Carlota running with? I'm just kidding. Oh man, you guys are crazy, man. All right, live on ChicanoTube. I appreciate you guys. The midday fix is on. It's over. I'll see you at the town hall Wednesday, 7 o'clock. It'll be streaming on multiple platforms. I can't wait till you see who's there. As soon as the flyer comes in, I'll drop it for you guys in the community post. Remember what I always say? Remember what I always say. In the end, all you got is the memories.